Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and the trailer just dropped for a new game announcement called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I saw it, someone posted it in my Discord, and I kind of didn't want to look at anything before I got to look at it kind of like on the channel beforehand and talk about it on the channel. As you know, Zelda is a big series in my heart, and of course Breath of the Wild is too. So let's watch this and see exactly what we're getting here. Not only what we're getting here, but what exactly this is. I've heard a few things about it in the past 20 minutes that I've heard little bits and pieces about, but I kind of just want to see for myself what this is and watch the trailers. So play, I guess? Play. Of course, this is Koei Tecmo. Oh!
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend
This is
of
so
Zelda
hype
series.
seeing him on a screen every time.
We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so
Of
I'd
course.
like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
It's still such a
Everyone,
popular game in that
thank you
community.
so much.
Oh my god, the music.
Regarding the
Stop.
sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more.
Okay, thank you for the little update though. Thank you. Oh, this
In the
music.
meantime, we've prepared a different way for you to experience the world of Hyrule,
Oh,
and we have a
yes.
video to introduce it. Please take a look.
I'm excited to see this. I'm really excited to see this trailer.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured.
Because I heard it is set before Breath of the Wild and is 100% for sure canon.
You are now ready to hear what happened 100 years
Oh
ago.
my god! Oh, there she is. There's. I just with the light when the light hit her, it's like, yeah, that's our princess. Oh my god! The music combined. Like, I'm sorry for keep talking for. Oh, the music. This is so freaking cool. I'm so excited to see this, to play this. I'm sorry, but like I can't not but comment on the music. Zelda freaking putting in Lionel in chains. Oh my, no, we're gonna get to play as all of them? This is so freaking. What is that? This looks really freaking good. There he is, there's Ganon. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It's such a good idea for a setting. So good, it's so good. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that is such a perfect idea for the series.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown.
For sure, for sure.
In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the great calamity. So now, I would like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr. Hayashi, to join
This
me.
relationship as well with Koei Tecmo is so freaking cool too. I love it. I played Fire Emblem Warriors. I haven't played the first Hyrule Warriors yet though.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity.
Right?
What do you think? The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule
This game
Warriors
still
games
looks good,
were
like,
filled with Zelda
stylistically it
homages.
does.
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience.
Well,
It's
like,
a new special title
for someone like me who at this point was only playing Zelda games for like 3 years,
Unlike the
it was
previous
extraordinary
Hyrule
to me
Warriors
too.
games, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process, including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And while
Dialogue.
we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series, with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide
It's-
variety of playable characters,
But it's almost like when you see
this
these
became
trailers
the only game that will let you experience the world
that it was
100
like
years
that Zelda
prior
was
to
meant to
the
be
events
in this
of
style
Legend
as
of
well,
Zelda: Breath of the
alongside
Wild
its other
firsthand.
games. We seeing more? Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed with how the Warriors development team, led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe
just
this
can't wait to
game
go back.
will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original
I can't wait to be
game.
there again.
I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can experience this game.
But also, someone who's never played Breath of the
Hyrule
Wild could jump
Warriors:
into this,
Age
then
of
jump into Breath of the
Calamity
Wild.
will launch on November 20th.
Such a good date. Look at the artwork as well. I want that on my laptop.
Thank you for your continued support for The Legend of Zelda and
You're
this game.
welcome. Really cool. Is that it? That is it. Okay, really cool. Really, really cool. First thoughts is that this is just a perfect setting. This is the perfect setting for a game like this, for the world of Zelda in this sense. Like, what a better way to show the battle between Hyrule and Ganon, especially when it was like such a big moment, the Calamity, such a big moment in the history of Breath of the Wild. It's a much cooler way, I think, to show it than maybe doing a prequel of Breath of the Wild and doing like little missions that you have to do, like, or exploring the world, because you wouldn't really get to explore it as much because things were hectic. It wasn't just like you could just explore places just willy-nilly. There was like battles going on constantly. And we saw in the trailer here that it actually looks pretty large scale in terms of their battles. Like, it's bigger than I've seen in other Hyrule, and not other Hyrule games, in other Musou games. Not every Musou game. I haven't played every Musou game, so I can't say. But this is, to me, is a really smart and intelligent way of showing what happened 100 years ago before Breath of the Wild. But also, it's a match made in heaven, and it's something I always kind of wanted to try out with Hyrule Warriors. But I think the thing that always kind of like maybe not feel so urgent to play Hyrule Warriors is because it never felt like it was in a setting that I really cared about as much as Breath of the Wild. And I think this is going to get a lot of people like me into games like this and wanting to play more games like this. What I'm excited to try out actually is to play this game and then like right after jump into like another Breath of the Wild playthrough and feel like, see what those vibes are like, feel what those vibes are like. But I wonder if that would be like too much hassle in a way. Will I be Let's Playing this? I don't know. I think it'd be a fun Let's Play. I think I kind of have to. I think I kind of have to play this game on the channel. I mean, I played Breath of the Wild. I've shared every single Zelda story that I can with the channel. I think this would be a really fun thing to do as well and play this game as well. I mean, why not? It's a prequel to Breath of the Wild, especially with Breath of the Wild 2. By the way, we got an update on Breath of the Wild 2. That's perfectly fine with me. He basically said to us, you're not getting a date anytime soon. Don't worry, it's in development, but it's not happening anytime soon, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I can wait. Let it cook. Let it be the best turkey in the world. Just let it cook. I'm perfectly fine with that. So you get to play as Zelda, which is something we always like. I think you could definitely do in the previous Hyrule Warriors game, but like I didn't get to do it, so I'm gonna be very excited about that. You get to play as pretty much every considerable story beat character in Breath of the Wild you can play as here, especially Rivali. I mean, I'm excited to play as Rivali. You get the Sean Chiplock voice acting in there as well. I think some people will be disappointed by this, that it's not Breath of the Wild, or wasn't Breath of the Wild, or it's not a Breath of the Wild announcement, or that this feels like it is putting off Breath of the Wild for quite a bit of time. But I think for me personally, I'm just excited to get back into the world. I think it's a match made in heaven. I think it's a really intelligent idea. I think it's a really smart idea. I think that putting the two things together, the Calamity, like 100 years before Breath of the Wild with the Musou game, works so well. And I'm actually excited to see how far it goes and how well it does. I think it actually will do very well. I think it'll be really fun. Musou games are fun, at least the one Musou game that I did play. It has that perfect thing that I like, which is making me feel like I'm in a big, gigantic battle. And I hope it makes me feel like this as well in this game. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Tell me what you think down below.